services and special events.
And frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln.
Your unique needs and give you a peace of mind. Our dedicated team helps you find the perfect policy to safeguard your biggest investments. Brian Clark State Farm can steer you in the right direction on auto insurance, and we've got your home covered from natural disasters to unexpected accidents. Contact me, State Farm agent Brian Clark, at 217-732-6211 or visit sfinsurelincoln.com. Go Railers!
The following is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln and online at merealty.com.
Just because you don't have anything.
I got nothing. Here we go.
Morning sports fans, I got nothing.
Good morning.
We're back now.
Are we on?
And we're live.
Oh, well, welcome to the Cheap Seats. WLCN 96.3 FM. We are broadcasting live from Jake's Furnishings.
We're having a show.
I got nothing.
Neil walked in and we started a show. This is the guy that's running it.
We got to fix it.
Well, that's the reason we're having a show. He called in and said, I will have a show today.
I had a bunch of people waiting out here for you, and I told them you were coming in the other door, so they all went over there to wait so you could come in and not have to sign autographs and get pictures and stuff.
Yep.
I knew you wouldn't want to right after the holidays.
No.
Maybe a little holiday wait on you.
Well, we're going to give you the day off, Coach, but thanks for showing up because we don't really have anything to talk about.
The boss called me and said show up, and you tell me not to show up. So I said I better go.
So I see who you listen to. Yeah, well, thanks for coming. Of course, the Railers traveled down to Collinsville for the 39th annual Prairie Farms Boys Classic down there. Got off to a pretty good start. First game, we took on a McClure North. Luckily, they couldn't shoot from outside. They looked like me shooting. But
you know, better than that.
Yeah.
You haven't seen me shoot.
I was going to be nice to him because it was Christmas.
We went down. It was a great week for us.
Yeah.
The last couple games didn't turn out the way we want them, but we played 4A schools, and they all pressured us. We were able to work on things that we can't see in practice, and I'm pretty sure we're not going to see that type of pressure the rest of the year. Maybe a Lamphere might be able to come close to MacArthur, but
or the size.
They were.
There were some men down there.
They were men. They were even the 6'2", 6'3" kids were 200 pound and could get off the floor, and the quickness was just unreal.
Yeah, and the Railers off to a good start. Close game against McClure North. Luckily, we pulled that one off, so we were able to stay in the big gym. Nobody wants to go.
Nobody wants to go to the small gym.
Yeah, and we followed up the next afternoon against. Boy, I'm having a brain fart. Belleville West.
East.
Took care of them. Was he
at the game?
I don't know.
Sometimes. I hung out in the hospitality room a lot.
Is there a chair for me?
No, but there's interesting conversations. Everybody in there, they know a lot about basketball.
Oh, yeah. All a bunch of coaches, aren't they?
Coaches, media, old coaches. But yeah, took on Belleville West, took care of them. Tell us a little bit about that game.
Well, they were just about like McClure. I thought McClure had shooters. From our scouting report, they had 3 or 4 guys that could sit around and shoot. I don't know if our defense give them problems or whatever, but the Belleville East game, we thought they were more of a drive and kick, and we were able to have runs enough to get us by. And as everyone knows, we have trouble scoring points, and we're trying to figure out ways to get easy baskets. We miss a lot of layups. We have streak shooters that'll hit, here and there, and we're trying to find consistency. And the kids get frustrated, and but they're going to continue to work. We're not going to let them do anything but. So we'll keep trying to get better, and we got a tough January coming up, so we better get squared away quick.
Yeah, you got some tough games coming up here in the next couple weeks. Talking about shooting, Coach, against the McClure North, Trey Schilling had a heck of a game. He hit some big threes that if he doesn't hit those threes, we don't win.
Well, that's you got to have guys that can make those.
Yeah.
And I tell everybody, shooting cures everything. If you can shoot the basketball, you're going to win your share of games. And we can make them play defense, but the shooting aspect of it is the time you have to put in to become a great shooter is unreal. And but for us to make them play defense and teach them to play defense it's simple. You can do that.
Does the Weisinger kid always shoot like that?
Well, we're not to that game yet.
Oh. Now you want to go in chronological order.
Well, Schilling got the player of the game against McClure North, and then Carson Komnick followed up second game with the player of the game. That's something new they do.
Yeah, I did, and that's good for the kids. And, I don't even know who picks those, but, Trey had a great game, and then Carson had a good one the following day. And, again, if you take a look at every one of the kids that gets that, it's the ones that has the offensive, the big plays offensively. You don't see a defensive player getting that award. That's too bad.
That's correct. 2:30 game on Thursday, and then your kids get about a 2.5-3 hour break, and then you're in the semifinals, and you take on a Collinsville team. Now we're talking Collinsville.
Yeah.
Joe. Collinsville, 4A team, they're good. They've got all-around players. The Weisinger was hitting 40-foot three-pointers.
His shots were pure silk.
And, they had the big guy Chambers down low, and we just didn't have an answer.
We had no answer for them, and they had all 5 spots that could score, and that really makes it hard on any defense. Like I said earlier, if you can shoot the basketball, that cures a lot of problems. It doesn't matter what kind of defense you're facing, but he ended up being the MVP of the tournament, and that's a really, really good basketball team.
Yeah.
The last game last night, I stayed and watched the championship game, Quincy and Collinsville, and it was brutal. I mean, physical, but what a lot of talent on the floor.
Yeah.
It was fun to watch.
And we have Quincy coming here, don't we?
Quincy comes
the 13th.
13th, a week from 2 weeks from today. So I'm Saturday. 2 weeks from tonight.
Yeah.
Should pack the place for that one.
That'll be nice.
We're going to need to. And then we followed up for the third place game against an O'Fallon team who you talked about it before the game, Coach, how, they had a bad taste in the mouth for what we did to them last year, and they had a lot of players returning. And you followed up from a Collinsville team to a very good O'Fallon team. And, the Railers, I don't know. They just seemed a step or two slow. I don't know if it was fatigue, maybe had some heavy legs, but it just wasn't the defense that we're, used to seeing. It just seemed like I don't know if they were in the right spots, but it just seemed like they were a couple steps slow.
Well, we were slow, but I think they made us look slow. Both teams were very quick, very skilled, and we're limited on what we can do. And our kids, they fought, but they were just quicker than us. And we had trouble finding angles, and our shots weren't falling. They were getting long rebounds, and they were really quick to get out and down the floor. And they scored. I think in the third quarter, maybe they had a bunch of layups on runouts and things that, we get down. We got to try to find ways to shoot, and then or score, and then. Usually bad things happen.
Yeah, and in the first half particular, it seemed like we were working that shot clock, and then it's getting down to 3 or 4 seconds, and we were forcing shots. Was that something that you were trying to do, kind of slow down O'Fallon, or trying to get in an offensive set, or was just just nothing there?
The shot clock, we just really, I didn't even pay attention to it. We just try to run our stuff and take the first nice, good shot that we could come up with. And, against Collinsville, there weren't many.
Yeah.
And then, O'Fallon wasn't much better. O'Fallon played Collinsville to a 6-point game earlier in the month, so they're not bad. And, I think you got Collinsville and Quincy are in the top 10 of 4A.
Yeah.
And they're going to run together to end each other in the sectional tournament somewhere. So it's too bad because there's two really good basketball teams there.
Yeah. Well, come out of the tournament 2-2. Obviously, you'd rather be 3-1 or 4-0, but to get a fourth place finish in a tournament like that, where there's several good teams and some good teams that lost on night one that went over to the consolation bracket, and so you gotta, when you look back at it, your kids, they played hard, able to come out of there at 500, and it's going to be a good experience for them when you hit the Central State 8, because like you said, they're not going to see that speed and that size in the Central State 8.
Yeah, and it only helps you get better, and we want to be playing the best basketball come last part of February into March, hopefully.
But tough road here in the next couple weeks. I know they've got a week off, going to Chatham Friday night. We always know that's going to be a physical game, more than likely a low-scoring game. You got the old coach back. That's going to be nice to see him on the sideline. You've had a lot of good games, good experiences with Coach Blakeman over there, and probably looking forward to that one.
Oh yeah, I think we'll just first one to 25 wins.
That's typically how it works. And
turn the clock off.
Yeah. So
this is one you want a shot clock.
Yeah, no doubt.
And but it's I think they're the favorite to win the Central State 8. I think they're as good as anybody in the league.
Really?
I think MacArthur is probably the two top teams. And, we've got Glenwood the following week. We go to Lanphier on the 12th. And, I hope our fans will come right along with us because they're opening their new gym that night.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure they'll have a big crowd, so we'll need to match it. And I'm excited to go down there and play and open up a new gym.
That's very cool.
Where we're not playing in that little cracker box. But boy, there's been a lot of good memories out of that old,
a lot of good
gym.
Games. Yeah, just over the years. Are they going to keep it the same name?
I don't know. I don't think they'll change, but you never know. Because that's a pretty good name that they have for it. There was two pretty good coaches there.
Yeah, so like you said, Lanphier on the 12th, and then Quincy here on the 13th. So
the following week, we've got Normal U High at Normal U High, and then we go to Rock Island the following night. So, the month of January is pretty brutal.
Yeah, it flies by. It seems just like yesterday. We were playing in the Eaton
we're halfway done.
Tournament. Yeah.
We're halfway through the tournament, or halfway through the year.
Yeah, it's setting it
Isn't that unreal?
It flies. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, Joe, how would you know?
Well, I watch it.
Oh,
I thought Keon played well.
Keon played well. I mean, we handled pressure pretty well, and he's the main culprit.
I was very impressed with him bringing the ball up the court.
Just give him the ball, let him go.
You just tell him make one move, and see ya. And he hit some shots, and he had a good turn.
So he looked like he drove the lane a few times, which I hadn't really seen him doing.
And he's the only issue is he's so little, and it's hard to get a rebound out of him. And when Aiden comes into the game, he's such a good defensive point that you can try to move people around into their best spots, but then you have to put Keon, and nothing against Keon, but those wings have to rebound backside, and put a 5'7" guy down there against a 6'4" kid doesn't work very well.
No, they don't.
But he goes down there and fights.
He does. He is he's got so much energy. I mean, I don't know if that kid does. I don't know if he wears down. He's just on the go.
He can move.
Pretty active. He handled the ball, and I think he took breaks on the defensive end. We like it.
Well, we're all going to take breaks.
But however, for us to handle pressure, he has to be able to get it and go.
Yeah.
When things would slow down, and I don't remember the big kid's name from Collinsville, but when it would slow down and they would Chambers, and you would go to the free throw line and you would stand around and look at him, you're like, man, what are you going to do with that?
Well, he was what, 6'8"?
6'8". They had a 6'11"
guy on the bench.
I saw him come in late. He doesn't. How old's he?
He's only a junior.
Oh, he was a big dude.
Yeah. We can't stack two people that tall.
They were big boys too, not just tall.
That's the difference. You can tell. Just start at 1A to 2A to 3A to 4A. It's the maturity level of the players. And time you get to 4A, they're men.
Yeah.
And I mean, not just one. It's the whole group of them.
And they wear you down, and we saw the after effects of that. I think the Raiders they got wore down, and there's not much you can do about that. But they got to bounce back because there's still a lot of basketball to be played, and now it's where it really counts. Now we're in the thick of things. Central State 8 play really gearing up, and
now you get to the point where you start talking. We're playing for a regional seed now,
right.
And before you know it, it'll be that time of year, and it'll be springtime.
And tell us about that again, because I've forgotten, so I'm sure the listeners have. We're getting a sectional, all right?
We're hosting a sectional, and in our sub-sectional, which is, 18 teams in our sub-sectional, and then there's two groups there. And one group will play at Chatham, one group will play at Lanphier. So you need to be a 1 or a 2 seed, because Chatham's probably going to be a 1, and they'll stay at home. So the 2 seed will go to the other place. So what you try to do is to avoid the top team and playing them on their home court. So it's important for every win, and Friday night will be a big game for us.
Yeah.
Be fun to have a sectional too, so let's get in.
Yeah, we want to. It's a whole. It's a lot more fun when you're in it, instead of just hosting.
True.
Yeah, because nobody wants.
And I think on the other side, is, you'll probably have Mount Zion, Champaign Centennial's pretty good. Who's a third or fourth? There were 3 teams over there that were pretty solid. Can't think of the other one right now, but MacArthur. I think 2 of those 3 will be in the tournament. So it'll be interesting coming down January and into February.
Well, some good scouting from JMac. Things should go pretty easy.
Well, yeah. Yeah, we got to get out, and we still got a few to get to. We haven't seen Rock Island yet. We got to see them. We saw Quincy 4 times down at Collinsville, and I know we've seen Lanphier a couple times, so we're pretty covered.
Is Quincy big? They're a big team too?
Well, they've got a 6'8" kid in the middle, and then the rest of them are 6'4", 6'5" kids that are long.
Oh. That's a problem.
Yeah. When kind of lie on sizes, but
intimidation factor.
Keon, I really don't know how tall he is, but I think we list him at 5'7" or 8, and if he's over 5'5", I would be surprised.
Well, he plays 6'2", 6'4".
Well, he does. He really gets out and goes, and I've yet to see anybody stay with him.
No. Just give him the ball, and he's just so quick with it. I mean, his dribble's just so low, he's hard to defend, and he gets it done. You say you always need that big point guard, but Keon's doing a great job this year, and they move the ball, and just got to get that offense rolling. And Joe, he's probably drawing up some plays for you.
You're going to have to score more points.
Ship them over. Just email them over.
Yeah. I'll get them to you in an email. In an email form. You take a look at them and get back with me.
Okay. I'll put them in my file.
Yeah, Joe, that's not going to work.
I'll talk to you in July.
Joe likes the picket fence. That's his.
There's nothing wrong with that.
We kind of got a version of that. Our Dallas series is kind of a little bit like that.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with the picket fence, and it'll run clock.
Well,
do you remember the old clock in Hoosiers? That's what my clock looked like when I played.
We were going to bring that
up. I wish Fillmore Elementary, it had the time on it, and it got into the last minute, it turned red.
Then you knew you had trouble.
Nah, not that.
And that's where the Brady Bunch kids went. Did they go to Fillmore Junior High?
I think so.
Come on, who's an old Brady Bunch fan?
I don't remember that.
I think you might be right.
They went to Fillmore.
Yeah.
Fillmore Great School.
Different Fillmore, Joe.
Oh, not the same one?
No.
All right.
Unless the Alexanders over there, if they made.
I don't remember the Brady's.
No, the Brady's weren't there.
I thought it was the Brady's, the Flowers, the Alexanders.
The Harrisons, the Kimbroughs.
Yeah,
the Kimbroughs.
Yeah.
They were all there. All at that Brady Bunch house.
Well, Coach, you probably exhausted. There's no rest for the wicked. I know there's basketball games today and family outings to go to.
I've already been to one.
You went? I didn't make it up for Nash's game today.
Yeah, we've been to one this morning.
Couldn't get out of bed.
Got one at 1 o'clock, and
probably got home last night and watched the Illinois game.
I got home. I finally went to bed about 3:30 this morning.
Wow. So. A lot of the listeners are wanting to know what Scott got you for Christmas. You don't have to tell us all of it. Just the top three things.
Make me more in a second.
Yeah,
I can just tell you.
The list is long.
Yeah,
what we did get him, I had a hard time buying. Because it had a certain emblem on it that I don't care for. Yeah.
Got some. I want to sit in the green seats at Busch Stadium, so I'm stockpiling my gifts. They give me Cardinal money.
Cardinal cash.
Cardinal cash.
So I told him, we probably has enough saved up for a big old suite.
Well,
when the Cubs are in town, he'd take me.
If you turn his microphone off.
Hey, it's easily done. Just unplug it.
If we, last year, the Cardinals were so bad. By the first week of the season, I lost all interest within the first week, and I just stuck my money back, and I didn't even go last year. So if I ever can. I like the family, I'd like to get if I had to get a, what do they call them, the suites, where you go set in and take the whole family and have a good time there.
You can pull that off.
Yeah.
They got it.
I need a couple sponsors. Where I can find a couple.
I'm looking for some myself. So let me know when you have some free time. We'll ride around and get sponsors.
We got a phone call? Oh, wow. All right. Good morning. Who are we talking to this morning?
Good morning, everybody. This is Brandon Boyd. And just wanted to make a shout out to the whole LCN crew and to Coach and to Coach Rohr, we just enjoyed seeing all the games on the tournament. We know it was a lot of work for everybody, and but we were down here at Grandma's on the little Christmas break, and she's rooting for the Railers now. So
all right.
Good job, everybody. Thanks for the hard work.
Well, thank you. We
got it,
appreciate
Brandon.
It does. It takes a little organization, and luckily I'm no part of that. the two guys over
we know
there,
that.
Jim and Lloyd, they set all that up, and it's they do a good job, and we're happy we can bring you all the games, and it's a lot easier for people that out of town that can't get to a Railer game, and with the technology we have now, we can do that. So
hundreds and hundreds of people watching some of the games, and so that's great. It really helps Railer Nation. So thanks for all you guys do.
Well, thank you for the good
Thanks for the
comments.
call, Brandon. Get Grandma some Railer gear.
Hey, you know what? That's a whole year to shop for. Christmas is a year away. Start now.
There you go.
Yeah, and something new that I think some kids from the high school are doing. They put like a group together where they do have a bunch of different Railer apparel that you can purchase at the games.
Well, they have a Railer store in the high school now, so it's pretty cool. They got
that's
some good
pretty cool.
stuff in there.
They do. I was looking at it the other night at the game. They had a whole table just full of from coffee cups to shirts, all kinds of things. So yeah, if you need that Railer gear, I'm sure there's a way to get it. So yeah. Well, Coach, thanks for rolling out of bed, or just rolling.
Stayed
in
up till
here.
3:30.
I know.
What do you do at New Year's? You want to do something?
No,
Sleeping.
I'm too old to do anything.
Well,
Just another day.
another day, yeah. But Coach, thanks for stopping in, and you got a week off. Let the kids
we don't
rest
have a
up.
week off. We got a lot of work to do. They got a couple days off here, and they deserve it. Try to give them a little break, and we'll practice late on the 1st, and that's Monday, I think. I mean, the days of the holidays have really messed me up, and I think we got 5 good days of practice to get prepared for
Chatham Glenwood, yep. And no game Saturday. I think we play Springfield on Tuesday, Landfair Friday, Quincy Saturday. So
that'd be fun opening that gym at Landfair. That's cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
Kind of anxious to see what that looks like.
I don't know what their seats now. Maybe 1,200. And I think this one's supposed to seat about what ours seats. So
Okay.
they're starting with the schools, and they're doing different things. I think next up, Springfield High is supposed to get something. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Well, remember the lines that would be outside for those games? You didn't have to get in them, but you trying to get in that Landfair gym and those lines, and there's only so many people getting in.
Either place. There was a couple times in the COVID year when we got shut down, we were going to have one of them nights too, and it's just too bad the kids didn't get to experience that, because that's...
Yeah, that is the one time you can always talk about. That was going to be a game.
Yeah.
And speaking of gyms, I know the last home game we had calendars available, and Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium was featured in the calendar, so that'd be a nice
Basketball Coaches Association puts out, I think they do 12 courts a year of unique gymnasiums throughout the state, and there's some pretty cool ones. And the most popular design is the bowl out of Jacksonville.
And then you coached at one in Bushnell.
Yeah, I think there's about 8 or 10 of those throughout the state of
West
Illinois.
Frankfort has one. That's
West
a cool
Frankfort, I
place.
think, has one. El Dorado, Pinckneyville, Jacksonville, Bushnell, Prairie City. That's a few that and they're fun to play in. The bowls are fun. We go over there the 23rd, which will be a big game because they're in our sectional.
And they've redone that one, right?
They redid the floor, and
The floor,
it's really nice. It's really a nice place.
Now that one won't count as a conference game.
That is not a conference game. We've already had our conference game with Jacksonville. Let's see, we play Landfair twice, we play Jacksonville twice, we got Griffin twice. I think those are the only 3 schools we play twice, where the second game won't count as a conference game.
Okay. Well, Coach, go take a nap, and we'll talk to you after the game Friday.
hopefully he'll be in a good mood.
Well,
We like it when you're
always in a good mood.
Well, you know, all they got to do is play hard. That's all we ask of them. Is play hard, play together, and have fun. And the last couple nights, I don't think they had a lot of fun.
No, I mean, you could tell last night after the game, just the look on the kids' face. You know, they were disgruntled. They were tired. But there's no doubt that they're going to regroup.
4 games in 3 days is hard for us. You know, we just don't have that big physical.
Yeah, they have to put every ounce of effort that they have in those games, and there's no taking plays off. And you know, I know by experience that just wears you down.
I mean, you alone just trying to do the announcing are worn down.
Oh, yeah, I was worn down.
Yeah.
I had to take a break. There was a lot of silence.
You know, we appreciate what you do, fighting through that and getting it done.
It's tough, you know. Hospitality room just right around the corner, you know.
Oh, I saw the mess next to you.
No, you didn't.
Oh, yes, they did. When Lloyd would turn that camera.
Well, you weren't there, so the chicken wings weren't flying.
I'm telling you right now, I try to stay out of hospitality rooms when I go.
Yeah. All right, well, let's take a commercial break. We'll come back. We'll have more to talk about. I don't know what, but we'll talk about something here on the Cheap Seats.
Sure, it'll be interesting.
96.3 FM.
Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln.
Brian Clark State Farm offers a range of insurance products to fit your unique needs and give you a peace of mind. Our dedicated team helps you find the perfect policy to safeguard your biggest investments. Brian Clark State Farm can steer you in the right direction on auto insurance, and we've got your home covered from natural disasters to unexpected accidents. Contact me, State Farm Agent Brian Clark, at 217-732-6211 or visit sfinsurelincoln.com. Go Railers!
Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln. This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln and online at merealty.com.
This is former WAND sports director and humongous Lincoln Railer fan Gordon Voigt, and you're listening to Cheap Seats with Joe, Jake, Jim, Lloyd, and Shabadoo on 96.3 FM WLCN.
Over, where's he at now? Like Montana or?
No, he's back in Chicago area.
Oh, is he?
He's in Chicago.
Yeah.
Chi-town.
Always good times when we had Gordon Boyd around. But we are back here on the cheap seats, sitting on a nice leather sectional here at Jake's Furnishings. Not leather, fake leather.
It's fabric.
Cowhide.
It's fabric.
Is this that stuff that's like FAUX? What's that stuff?
Foul.
There's something called like that.
Faux?
Help me.
No.
Help me.
No, this is fabric. This is a microfiber that has the appearance of leather.
Well, see, I was
the appearance,
halfway, right?
Softness.
It's nice.
Cleans easy.
So it's a poor man's leather.
It's not leather. Stop saying the word leather.
You said leather.
Stop saying it. It's not leather. It's fabric.
Didn't he just say it was like a leather fabric?
Well, you're the one that said
it's
leather.
It's a fabric that has a leather look.
You know what I mean?
You just said leather. Stop saying leather.
He's not catching on, is he, folks?
When you talk about leather, it makes me think of the Fonz. Now, do you think he had a fabric jacket on, or was he wearing a leather jacket?
I would say that was a leather jacket. We're talking about the Fonz.
The Fonz.
The Fonz.
Well, we just talked about boys basketball, and boy, do we have to talk about girls basketball because they over up in the Peoria Manual Tournament, and boy, they took care of business. Played the #1 team in the state last night in Peoria, and took care of them. And now the Railers undefeated, and they should flip-flop. They should be the #1 team in the state, and looking pretty good. I know we've had some injury concerns, but last night, they go over there, and I don't know, they were up by 15 or so last time I was able to check. I don't know what the final score was. Anybody wants to call in?
What,
phone lines are open.
25?
Running clock?
Yeah, they were up by 30.
So
they were by 30 at one point in time.
Pretty impressive when, #1 and #2 in the state are going at it, and you're able to win like that. I'd say we have a pretty good basketball team.
Oh, I tell you what, they're fun to watch.
Absolutely.
As far as they rebound well, they do everything well. They bring the ball up the court well, shoot well. Defense, obviously.
Had a little different play-by-play guy last night, I guess. Bobby V.
Bobby V is
filling in for Jay. And
acclimated.
Yeah. So probably had a little different feel to the broadcast, but the product
Roby
on
and
the
him
court was good.
Good tandem there.
Yeah. Did you listen?
I was listening.
Yeah, I watched some of it.
I was watching, couldn't listen.
I think at one point in time it was 50-25. They had them doubled up.
Yeah, I believe Peoria only scored like 4 points in the second half.
I think you're right.
Now, they had one of their top players injured, didn't they?
Yes, which I can't remember her name, but
Guyton.
Yeah, Guyton. She, I don't know what was wrong, but she went down, I think, maybe in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, something's...
Yeah.
She's a good player, too.
Good
she's
player.
okay, yeah.
Is she 25 points good? Probably not.
Well, she's a difference maker.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
She's a difference maker.
Yeah, she's pretty good.
But I still think when they came out of halftime, it's almost like Lincoln had another gear, and they just, it's like that one of the first games of the year. I turned it on, and Lincoln's up like 4 points, and I turn around, I'm talking to somebody, turn back around about a minute later, and they're up 15. It goes that
they
quick.
play great D.
And that's the thing about Lincoln is they have 5 girls on the court at all times that can hurt you. And, they're a good group of girls. And then when you got other schools, they may have 1 or 2, maybe 3 in Peoria that that can hurt you. Where we have all 5 girls out there that any given night, they could have, their best game, and that's hard to defend when you have that. We just talked to Coach Al about it. When you got 5 options on the court, which the Lincoln Lady Railers do, that just makes it tough for any defense.
Well, and then they, on top of that, they also have, Froby, who, one of my buddies mentioned me. He says, well, she can pretty much do whatever she wants, whenever she wants, at any point in the game. And it it's kind of funny watching her. A few of the plays, even in the first quarter, she just gets the ball and makes a decision. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah. So congratulations to them. Their season's halfway through too, so they're thinking about their regional, which is tough. They're going to travel to Galesburg, and
sure.
And I think 3 of the top 10 teams are in that region.
Yeah, how's that happen?
I don't know, but it did, and but you gotta to be the best, beat the best, and the Lady Raiders are gonna have a target on their back because
absolutely.
If you can beat them, you're gonna advance further in the state tournament because you're not gonna have to deal with them. But good luck.
And these guys may know what are they? 17-0? Have they played 17-0? Is that what it said last night?
17-0. Wow. And I don't see anybody on the schedule that's, Peoria was going to be their toughest game, and
I think they play them again.
Yeah, they play towards the end of the year, right?
Yeah, there. I think we'll play them at Peoria. We played them here last year, so hopefully everybody's healthy when that game comes around, and we'll really get a good feel of how this is going to turn out.
Looked like at the game last night, the viewership on the YouTube channel's healthy.
Yeah,
I guess is the best way to say it. Good job by the team on that.
Mm-hmm.
Lloyd Kirby. Jim.
The place looked packed too. I bet it was, Jim.
Why didn't you go?
Christmas. Well, it's
last
Christmas.
night or Friday night you had Christmas?
Well, it was my Christmas yesterday. Yeah.
I don't believe you.
Oh yeah. We got some Christmas clothes on, see?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What they do? Just go to your closet and wrap up your old
got
stuff.
Got them right out of the drawer, and there you go.
There you go, Dad. Oh, don't I already have this?
Got these on. Oh, look at those sharp shoes.
Oh, those girl shoes?
They are. He got the female version.
Cheaper.
Why wouldn't you?
I tell you what, that brand right there that he's
they
working.
have a narrow foot.
The brand that he's wearing right there, that's a different level of comfort right there.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, I bought them used off my neighbor.
Tell him.
Yeah, they're comfortably. Yeah, wear them around.
She had a couple pairs, so.
You're pretty funny.
Did it come with a pair of spandex too?
Got a workout pants and a sports bra with
And
it.
some leg warmers.
Yeah.
It came in a kit.
I knew you guys would like them. That's why I wore them today. I just wear them around the house.
I know why
I have
you
a
would.
pair of black and white ones myself. I love them.
Of these?
Well, they're the male version.
They're the men's version.
You're a mixed martial art, aren't you?
But yeah, they are comfortable though. I mean, you almost want to wear them at all times once you start.
I slept in them last night.
Yeah, I can see that.
Just in case I have a dream where I'm running or got to do something.
You can just hop out of bed and go.
Just go.
I've got them on.
You never know what Michelle's going to happen to.
Yeah.
He
likes to get up in the middle of the night and go down the fridge and get a late night snack. Well, the floors are cold.
The floors are chilly.
He just keeps his shoes on.
Yep. Makes sense to me.
I haven't done that in a long time. Remember those days you get up in the middle of the night, get something to eat?
I can't do that now.
No.
Because you wake up 10 pounds heavier.
Yeah. Then you can't fall back asleep.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Well, hey, let's take another commercial break. We come back, we'll talk.
Let's talk about all the exciting bowl games.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Liberty.
Exciting.
Yeah. Liberty Mutual.
Yep. All right, let's take a commercial break. We'll be back after these messages.
Brian Clark State Farm offers a range of insurance products to fit your unique needs and give you a peace of mind. Our dedicated team helps you find the perfect policy to safeguard your biggest investments. Brian Clark State Farm can steer you in the right direction on auto insurance, and we've got your home covered from natural disasters to unexpected accidents. Contact me, State Farm agent Brian Clark, at 217-732-6211 or visit sfinsurelincoln.com. Go Railers!
Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln. Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln.
With Joe, Jim, Jake, Lloyd, and Sweet Shabadoo. Sweet Shabadoo.
Back to the Cheap Seats on WLCN 96.3 FM, and we have another caller. Good morning.
Hey, this is Gordon Voigt.
Hey, Gordon Boy, we were just talking about you.
Your
How
long lost buddy. I miss you guys.
we miss you as well, sir. Moved a little bit closer to us.
I did. I actually live in Valparaiso, Indiana these days.
All right.
All right.
Right there.
Yeah, back in the Midwest. I was in Montana for the last 3 years and had to get closer to Railer Nation, so I'm here.
Well, you need to make the trip over here some Saturday, and we'll do a full show with you.
To.
Yeah, we played your promo earlier, and we miss Gordon Voigt.
It's hard to believe you've been gone 3 years.
I'm actually in the firefighting business these days, and I hear that Chloe Froby's been setting things on fire, so it might be a good chance to help debut some of my equipment.
Well, let's wait till the season's over. We don't want to put that fire out, but
okay.
You're always welcome here. We consider you a part of the family.
Yeah.
You've already been gone.
I mean,
how long have you been back how long have you been back in Valparaiso?
I actually just moved here about 4 weeks ago.
Wow.
And it's good to be closer to family, and back
people
home where I belong.
Around people,
around a society that's not out in the middle of nowhere.
Well, we were just talking about how quickly the season goes. I can't believe you've been gone for 3 years already.
Montana's a beautiful place. I think it's a tremendous place to raise a family. And I actually was living on a bison ranch, if you can believe it, which is pretty funny. So sipping coffee and looking at bison was pretty interesting. But it's like there's a realtor in Decatur. She likes to say that mountains can't hug you back. So it's good to be back closer to my people.
Well, we were always anticipating you being on a cameo on Yellowstone or something like that. The movie, but never did see it.
I can't. It's a little tough to hear you guys. I missed that last part.
We were always looking for a cameo from you on the movie Yellowstone. You might be out and doing some of that work.
I'm sad to report that I have yet to shoot a machine gun out of a helicopter in Montana, but one day maybe.
You got to work on that.
Yeah.
So you're in
you guys got to make it over for a Valpo basketball game. I'm a season ticket holder, and come watch your Redbirds, or we could have a good time.
You've got former Illinois player over there coaching, and Roger Powell. They played at Illinois a few weeks ago, and that was pretty neat for him. And it looks like he's got that program going. If you ever have a chance to meet up with Matt Gordon, the assistant over there, I know him real well.
You do? Okay.
He's got his first name's the same as yours. Tell him, run into him, tell him Scott Kirby.
Roger's doing he's got a tough task. He's got to basically reboot things, and it fortunately in the day and age of the transfer portal makes it a little easier, but they've been in so many games. They were up by 7 in Illinois, but they've just dropped a bunch of close ones. They just lost by, I think it was 2 or 3 at Elon last night. So they're in every single game. They play really hard. They don't have a ton of offensive firepower. That's where they really lack right now, but they've got some 4 games. They were beating up on Drake, who, is the preseason favorite, and I know they are the preseason, returning player of the year. So they've looked good against 2 really good teams, Illinois and Drake, but they just couldn't finish that second half in both cases. So I'm eager to see what Roger builds, because he's super charismatic and has got such incredible accolades.
And the program he came from.
I was spending a lot of time in Spokane, Washington the last couple of years, so him and I both happened to move to Valparaiso from Spokane area at the same time, which is pretty crazy.
That's those mid-majors to get some of those high top recruits and keep them around.
I'm sorry, I'm just having a hard time here in
going from a major team to a mid-major. It's tougher on those mid-majors to probably get some of those top recruits with NIL money, and you talk you talk about the transfer portal. It's got to be tough.
Well, I had one friend of mine is a D1 coach. Well, I'm not going to rat him out, but he had a very interesting comment that I think, not ratting out because it's not bad, but he had a very interesting comment that I think is pretty much uniform, but no coach wants to say on record, which is that they really, really don't like the situation right now, because what he said is that he has to worry about playing players too little, but also playing players too much. That essentially, because you have to re-recruit your roster every single year.
Absolutely.
He's all,
I mean, that's
that it cuts both ways. That coaches are maybe not playing a player as much as they want to because they don't want to lose him, which is that's crazy. I mean, what a world.
Yeah, that's kind of a tough line to walk on there. It's
but the NIL is fascinating too, because now it's like where this we have money in sports. It's called the professional ranks, and what keeps order there is contracts. And so my personal opinion is that I think the money's fine and I like it because that's what everybody's worth. I mean, we all take paychecks, based on our value. And so I have no problem with that, but the whole no contracts Wild West thing, that's a problem. But, once they formalize sort of like and have more of a contract-based system, I think that everybody will be happier as a result of that.
Yeah, and, it's kind of a two-edged sword there. It could help a program, if, for instance, let's say Illinois, they have a kid that, maybe they don't necessarily, they think he fits their style of play. They can tell him, maybe it's better off for you to enter that portal. And then you go out and find somebody to bring in. With contracts, it's kind of set in stone. You got to keep that player, but on the other hand, you're keeping the players that you want to keep around. So, I mean, that's I can see that working. I can see that benefiting.
Everybody. That's life is a negotiation, right? And so everybody gets kind of what they want. And the other common criticism I hear is, well, that's going to tear the team apart.